The Strait of Gibraltar, once known to the ancient Greeks and Romans as the Pillars of Hercules, is a narrow waterway that links the Atlantic Ocean to the Mediterranean Sea. This small but crucial channel passes between two significant continents, Africa and Europe, at their closest point, only about 13 kilometers apart. Here, one can almost see across from one continent to the other, yet no bridge has ever been built to connect them. For decades, numerous proposals have been made to establish a land route between these continents. This connection could be a game-changer for the economies of Europe and Africa, benefiting a combined population of nearly 2 billion. A bridge or tunnel could boost trade, improve transportation, and significantly increase tourism. But why hasn't such a bridge been constructed yet? To understand this, let's take a closer look at the challenges. First, the Strait of Gibraltar connects two key water bodies, the Atlantic Ocean and the Mediterranean Sea. It's about 57 kilometers long, with the narrowest width of 8 miles, 13 kilometers, between Spain's Tarifa Point and Morocco's Sidi Point. The average depth here is around 1,200 feet, 365 meters, but at some points, it plunges even deeper. The strait's strategic position makes it highly significant. Unlike the Suez Canal, a man-made passage between the Red Sea and the Mediterranean, the Strait of Gibraltar provides a natural route for ships moving between the Atlantic and Mediterranean. More than 100,000 ships pass through annually, far more than the 20,000 using the Suez Canal or the 14,000 passing through the Panama Canal. With such heavy marine traffic, constructing a bridge or tunnel here would be an enormous challenge. Cost is a major obstacle. Estimates suggest that a bridge over the Strait of Gibraltar could cost between $5 billion and $20 billion, depending on its design and structure. Given the immense height required to allow large cargo ships to pass underneath, engineering such a structure would be extremely complex. Additionally, Spain and Morocco, the two primary beneficiaries of such a project, have never agreed on cost-sharing terms. Spain believes Morocco would gain more economic benefit, so they should cover a greater share, while Morocco argues for a 50-50 cost split. Another issue is the feasibility of the bridge's usage. For instance, the Channel Tunnel between the UK and France, which cost about $15 billion, generates an annual income of approximately $30 billion by serving over 20 million passengers yearly. But a bridge across the Strait of Gibraltar may not see enough traffic to recover its costs. Given Morocco's GDP of only about $130 billion, this project might not be viable. Engineering difficulties are also substantial. The strait's marine traffic requires a bridge of exceptional height to avoid disrupting the flow of vessels, which would be a major challenge. At some points, the water depth reaches over 3,000 feet, requiring pillars taller than the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building. Constructing these colossal pillars in water, along with managing strong underwater currents, presents a daunting task. In addition, the Strait of Gibraltar lies on the boundary of the African and Eurasian tectonic plates, making it an earthquake-prone zone. Building a bridge here would require resilience against powerful seismic activity. Earthquakes like the 1755 Lisbon quake and more recent tremors in Morocco show that this area is far from stable. The ocean floor here is also lined with soft clay, which lacks the stability needed to support massive structures and could shift due to geological activity. While an underwater tunnel similar to the Channel Tunnel between the UK and France has been considered, this would further raise the project cost and lower its feasibility. Some in Europe argue that a tunnel or bridge could lead to increased migration and refugee inflows from Africa, posing a challenge for border control. For all these reasons, despite the proximity between Africa and Europe at this point, no bridge has yet been constructed over the Strait of Gibraltar. Hopefully, this video provided insight into the complexity of the project. Thank you for your support, and see you in our next informative video.